Hey everybody, it's Vicky with Dementia with Grace. How are y'all doing? I'm a little bit under the weather and I have a little bit of a scratchy throat, so please ignore that while we talk. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vicky Noland Fitch. I am a social worker and a certified dementia practitioner with 30 years experience in the dementia aging population. I am talking to you today about what to do when you think that your person is showing signs, symptoms of memory loss, mild cognitive impairment, dementia. We are discussing this. I know that this will date this video, but we are discussing this in Thanksgiving, Christmas, holiday season. And I wanted to make this video because so many of my video views, joining the group, all of that happens in the holiday season. And from my 30 years experience, I believe I know why. It's because maybe you are a child who is coming home for the holidays from out of town, out of state, out of country, and you have been talking with your person, your mother, your father, aunt, uncle, grandmother, someone in your sphere, and you just are picking up on some things. And when you come home and you spend extended amount of time with that person, not just, even 30 minutes on the phone, when you are there, when you are there 24/7, 3 or 4 days, you are faced with the truth. I mean, it just stares you in the face. And now you are on YouTube or Facebook and trying to figure out, okay, I think I know what's going on. And if I do, if that is, what do I do? What do I do? What does my family do? How do I bring it up to my family? How do I bring it up to my person? There's just so much to explore. And I have 7, and I've got them right here because it's so much information, and I want to make sure that I'm getting all the information out to you, okay? So first, we're going to talk about recognizing early signs, and I've come up with 7 signs that I think you would either start noticing on the telephone when you're far away, or, you certainly are going to notice when you are face to face. Now, this video is not just for away caregivers. It's absolutely for in-town caregivers who are seeing this every day, or, every weekend, or, something like that. And, maybe you don't want to think that this is what it is. Anyway, to encapsulate this, what I find is that away caregivers and at-home caregivers, family members, like, they just come home, they get together, they are all there for the weekend, they're all there around the table, and they are seeing some of these changes. And so you just need to know what you're seeing, what it might mean. Anyway, we're diving in, okay? First, memory lapses. Now, it's not true that everybody with, with cognitive impairment, memory lapses are going to go on and develop full-blown dementia. It's also not true that every elderly person has memory lapses. I have known 100-year-old people who had intact memory, long-term memory, short-term memory, working memory. They had it all. They might have had some hearing issues that may have caused them not to process a conversation, but it's not dementia. It was something else. So memory lapses that you are looking for are significant, where they have said the same thing over and over. They've told you the same thing over and over and over and over, and they don't remember it. Not just one time. I'm talking about several times. When they are forgetting people's names, people that they've known forever, maybe, and they just can't, it's just on the tip of their tongue, they just can't bring it forward. The names of family members, that just, or they're mixing up names. They're calling you by your sister's name. Not yet, they've forgotten you, but they're just, they're just not being able to process that as fast as they were at once. Communication changes, word finding difficulties. I have word finding difficulties, and you will notice it in my videos because I have temporal lobe epilepsy on my left temporal lobe. And it causes word finding difficulty. So sometimes you will see me stop and think about, I've got to pull a word forward, or I make a mistake about a word, like a while ago when I said 34, when I meant 24/7, 3 or 4 days. Okay. So it's something like that. So there's an example, but it's pervasive. It's across, it's across the spectrum. It's not just once or twice. It's very, very evident. Following a conversation, zoning out, or changing the subject, or excusing themselves from the table. Because when there is an early diagnosis, people know. They know they're having word finding difficulties. They know they're having difficulty following a conversation, joining a conversation, that. Number 3, changes in problem solving. And let me tell you where you see this in the holidays. Problem solving is also planning and organizing. So, planning a Thanksgiving meal, planning a Christmas for everybody, and maybe they're the ones that have done it for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden they're like, Susie, would you just take over Thanksgiving? I just get so overwhelmed. And I've been doing this for, 50 years, and it's time to pass the torch. It's time for the next generation to step up. Well, sometimes it's just because you're tired, because you've done it 50 years. But sometimes if you really pay attention around that conversation, you could pick up on the fact that they're just overwhelmed with the planning. The other thing that you see is like following a recipe. That's following directions, making decisions, planning, organizing. That comes within there. That they've always made their dressing the same way, and then you bite into the dressing and everybody notices is there's way too much sage, or there's no sage, or there's too much salt, or there's something. When you yourself have thought for a month, I'm about to get some Thanksgiving dressing, and you get there and it's terrible. That could absolutely be a key. Okay. Confusion with time or place. This is forgetting appointments, maybe getting lost, coming back from an appointment, going to the grocery store, and then, admitting that, what, I went to the grocery store today, and then I kind of blanked out on how to get home. Sometimes people with early signs of dementia tend to belittle what is going on with them, and they don't want to make a big deal. It's not a big deal, but I just, went to the library, and then I just kind of lost my way. Isn't that crazy? Have you ever done that? Something like that. They'll do it like that. Misplacing items. Again, we all misplace items, but it is, you come in the house, and I talk about this on my, I have videos on, the early stages. Stage 1, 2, and 3 is considered early stages, and those videos are available here on my channel. And one of the things I talk about is that we all sometimes come in and we're in a rush, and we have groceries, and we have our hands full, we have our cell phone, we have our keys, and we just lay our keys in a different place. That is misplacing items, but that's more of a overwhelmed, pressured situation where you just like lay down your keys. Misplacing items is more than that. It's deeper than that. It can be, that they kind of hide things from themselves, and then they don't remember where it is, or they try to put something in a place that they know they're not going to forget, and then they forget. They can't find any of the Christmas presents they bought. They find their keys in the refrigerator. Things like that, as an example. Number 6, mood and personality changes. And that's just an easy one. Their mood is expanded, like they're almost manic. They're so happy. It's just, and they have pressured speech, and they're just, it's just, you have to, when you see it, you know it. Okay. I mean, really, that's it. Maybe they have always been happy-go-lucky, and now they're extremely anxious. They've always been, for the personality part, they've always been fastidious with their clothing, or, how they keep the things around them. And now it's just, hurly-gurly. It's just, their shirts are wrinkled. Their outfits don't match. You would not see that as much as you would in the deeper stages, in the middle stages 4 and 5. But it just was something you just see, ugh, that just doesn't look like Mama. I don't know why she made that choice. And it's kind of insidious like that. It's all of these things together. Number 7 is decreased judgment, making poor decisions. Getting involved with, I don't know, things that are maybe, a multi-level marketing kind of situation that they never would have been involved in, or making financial decisions that are just weird. And again, you know it when you see it. Now, each of these things by themselves, are like, okay, but when you see 2 or 3 of these things together, and my goodness, if you see all 7, you are facing an early visit. You are being given some early red flags, and it's time to have a difficult conversation. Now, I am going to make another video right after this one. You'll see me in the same outfit. But I just don't want to make these too long. This is already at 12 minutes. And, these are the early signs, the 7 early signs that you can look for when you come home to visit. The next video is going to be about what happens then. What does the family do? What are the next steps? What is the action plan? And that will be the next video, okay? If you don't have a support group, come over to the support group on Facebook. It's Dementia with Grace, Caregiver Support Group. If you are in the early stages, this is the book I would recommend, 36-Hour Day. This is an older edition. I think this is the 5th edition, and now they're on the 6th edition, so it will look different. This book is the book. This is the Bible, 36-Hour Day, and it's available in paperback on YouTube. This is my book, Dementia with Grace, A New Positive Way of Dealing with Behaviors in People with Dementia, 2nd edition. This is more really for mid stages, because this is, in the middle stages when behaviors kind of erupt. So anyway, selling a book, doesn't hurt. But that's the book you need. Start with that one. Buy both of them. Buy a bundle. Treat yourself. I do have levity when I make these videos, and sometimes that irks people that I smile and, I kind of bring levity to the situation. This is a heavy topic, and, I just believe that, there's somebody that says just because you're given a cactus doesn't mean you have to sit on it. I also believe in shaking hands with the truth, and I also believe in having a positive frame of mind. Because if you are facing dementia with your person that you love, or a person that you don't love, a person that you're just fixing to have to take care of, you need some positivity. And I hope that I can provide peace and positivity and just a way forward, okay? I have lots of videos on this channel. Please subscribe, look around, and be on the lookout for this next video, okay? They'll come out one day. One will come out one day, one will come out the next day, okay? All right, thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. Take care of yourself. Happy holidays, if you can find some happy in the holidays, okay? All right, I love you. Mwah. Bye.